working from home today, and one of my smoke detectors, I have two. One that came with the house years ago, and a second that came with my home security company. Both functions well, and about 3 months ago, I changed the I changed the battery in the one that is with the security company. Something was wrong with it because it still kept ticking and ticking and ticking. So I decided to just dismantle it and I didn't put it back up. Then the second one, the battery, I guess, started to die. So it made that weird, that annoying tick tick sound. So on one of my video, after recording a video, my podcast partner, Dr. Pratt, asked me if the battery needed to change. And I was like, yeah. Now, I think what happens is after a while, when you hear it enough times, you don't hear it anymore. Like sometimes you hear it I don't know, sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. I wasn't hearing it. But I think his concern was whether or not it would pick up in the in the recording. So I said to myself, oh, I felt a little embarrassed. I was like, all right, I'll change it. And I made certain to change it. I had to order batteries because one of the older one has actually special batteries. So I had to order them from Amazon. So I was so proud of myself when I changed them because then no more tick ticking sound. Until a few days ago, maybe last week. And every time I hear it tick or every time I notice it, I comment, my Lord, I literally just changed the batteries. And so I decided I'm not changing them because I don't know what's wrong. It's like a child that's crying and you just fed it and it's clean, and what's the problem? So I left it. So I'm speaking to Dr. Pratt in a little while, and I said, I don't want him to think that I didn't change it since the last time. And I figured, let me go change it. So I took the darn thing down, but as I was changing the batteries, I decided not to change it. And I realized that there was something that was loose, so I decided to hold it down. And I was doing it like unconsciously because I'm still sitting here working and trying to just figure some things out. Next, I started to hear noise. It sounded like an alarm of some sort. And I was thinking it was my neighbor's car or something. And I was wondering, like, why isn't he doing something? It wasn't loud or anything. It wasn't even obnoxious. It was just a sound that I was hearing. And so shortly thereafter, my security company calls me. And I was like, oh, crap. And I guess because I was holding down the battery for a while, it must have triggered. I mean, it's a smoke detector, for crying out loud. There was no smoke, so it was weird. But anyway, whatever. She called. I said, my bad. I was holding down the battery. I was changing the battery, whatever. She was like, okay. She wanted me to confirm my name and my password. I did, and she was like, okay. Boom, boom, done. So after I changed the battery and I replaced the detector, I thought all was well. So I sit back down to work and then I hear like an alarm and I'm like, what in the heck? So I go downstairs and the panel is like bright red and I'm like, ah! So I had to figure out like the password. I got in and I didn't see where to basically stop the noise. And eventually I stopped the noise. So then my phone was ringing, but I didn't have it on me. So I answered the call on my watch. And it was my security company again saying, we detected something about cold water. I'm like, say what now? So I didn't pay it any mind because it said if whatever call back. But since it was a recording, I just left it alone. Next thing you know, the fire truck pulled up. And I'm like, oh my God. So I opened the door as they're basically piling out of the truck, getting their gear ready, pulling this and that out. I was like, I opened the front door and I was waving. I was like, my bad. And I told them that I was changing the battery in the detector. Like, okay, so he confirmed my name and they were all good. So I'm laughing at myself at this point because I'm thinking, God, Antonia, God. And so my mom was in the dining room, and I was like, Mom, you didn't hear the panel? She was like, no, but she was all engrossed in a show, an African show that she's watching, and I'm like, when you watch those things, you are so like tuned in, right? So anyway, I'm like, oh. So then they were still outside, and then apparently they thought that I said that the alarm went off when I was cooking. That never happened. So I mean, so I made certain to go let them know, no, I was changing the battery. Anyway, they eventually left, and I just thought to my well, and my thing was, I said, well, at least I know it works. I remember when I bought this house years and years ago. The lady that I purchased it from, she said it's very good to test it at least once a year, because apparently, I think you get one trial or one false alarm. I think it's one false alarm per year, and after that they'll charge you for coming out, rightfully so. So I said I've never tested it. I think it went off one time years and years ago, but not the security one, the original one that I had. No, I think it was whatever. But one of them did go off one time. And what used to happen was they used to call, right? So then the former security that I used to have, it would basically count down whether it was any one of the alarms. If it was a fire, then basically it would basically say the fire company will be alerted, whatever, and they will call. But at that time I had a landline. I don't have a landline, and I gotta call the security company, because I mean, I kind of feel bad that they wasted time to come out, for a false alarm, because there are real emergencies happening. But yes, I'm glad that it works. But I'm like, Lord, Antonia, I'm just thinking, God, Antonia, like, these are the things that I do sometimes, and I just laugh at myself, because when I tell you that I do some awkward stuff sometimes, I was literally sitting here like basically holding the battery down. Don't ask me why. And I'm not sure how and or why it triggered the events, but I mean, it is what it is. It happened, and I'm gonna overthink it for the next few days, and it's fine. I'll be fine by Monday.